In INT Damon's Nightmare New York City Day. Begin showing things from Damon's point of view and everything is in black and white. New York City is burning to the ground. Scared citizens run for their lives. Damon voice over what the hell is going on? A fighting robot crashes out of a building and crashes into the New York City streets. Unnamed citizen number 1 screaming in terror, holy shit, the Killotron 9000 has been destroyed. Damon voiceover, scared, the Killotron? Destruction everywhere, what is going on? A massive safe is thrown out of the building and smashes into Killotron 9000. Killotron 9000 explodes. Damon voiceover, scared what? Why in the world am I scared? Unnamed citizen number 2 screaming in terror, oh shit, here he comes. Aquaequal Damon jumps out of the building and slams into the street. Angulum Aquaequal Damon. Damon, though, this can't be. Stop showing things from Damon's point of view. Aqua Damon, okay, Phil, time to die. Aqua Damon fires out her lightning bolt at the named citizen number 2, vaporizing her upon impact. Damon voiceover, scared, why can't I do anything? Unnamed citizen number 1 runs into his car in an attempt to run away. Aqua Damon to unnamed citizen number 1, and where do you think you're going? Aqua Damon grabs an empty car and lifts it over his head. Unnamed citizen number 1 drives away in his car. Damon voiceover, no. Aqua Damon throws the empty car at the one that unnamed citizen number 1 is driving away in. Damon voiceover, screaming, no. The empty car slams into the car that unnamed citizen number 1 was driving away in, causing both to explode. Damon voiceover, screaming, no. Go back to showing things from Damon's point of view. Angulum Aquaequal Damon. Aqua Damon to Damon, hatred shall rule. INT Rinnebeck First National Hospital, Damon's room day. Damon is lying in a bed in a coma. Damon waking up screaming, no. Damon looks around, breathing heavily. Damon thinking it was just a nightmare. Kota flies in through a window. Damon, Kota, you're flying? Damon sets up. Kota, yeah, that's something I should explain. Damon, there's no need to explain, Kota. It's obvious that I'm still dreaming, but now I have to force myself back to reality and wake up in my bed. Damon stares directly into space. Angulum Damon's face. Damon squints as he tries to break through what he thinks is a dream and wake up to what he thinks would be reality. Kota up, Damon, this isn't a dream, you're wide awake. Damon, okay, why the hell am I in a hospital? Kota, the same reason that I can fly and shoot fire blasts. Damon, and that is... Kota, I was exposed to nuclear radiation when Sensei told me to find you. Martyred voiceover, I second that, I want out of this nightmare. Computer protocol, final radiation. Damon, livid, it wasn't a dream. What happened to Kaiju after I broke into their base? How long have I been here? Kota pauses. Kota, New York City is gone and you've been in a coma for the last 4 months. Damon, livid, what happened to Kaiju? Are there any members of Kaiju left? You said that New York City was destroyed. Kota, yes, I found that out when I brought you here. An image of Aqua Damon flashes across the screen. Damon screaming in anger, not for long. Damon gets out of the hospital bed. Burai enters. Burai, Kota, leave the room. Kota, yes, Sensei. Kota walks out of the hospital room. Burai, listen, Damon, I know what you are thinking. Damon, livid then, you know that I'm going to hunt down and kill whatever remains of Kaiju. Burai, you can't. Damon, livid, can't what? Stop that gang from killing people? Nuking cities? Setting up innocent people for murder? Damon, screaming in anger like that one rat bastard tried to do to me? Burai, you can't go around the country killing people like some kind of monster. Damon, screaming in anger, who says I will? I'm a computer programmer. I work with tech for a living. You don't think that I can hack into systems and find out who's a member of Kaiju and who's not? Burai, listen to me, Damon, I'm not exactly. Damon, screaming in anger, shut up. Damon uppercuts Burai right in the face hard enough to kill him in with one punch. Burai drops dead and lies on the hospital room floor. Damon looks down at Burai's dead body. Angle on Damon's face. Damon has a horrified look on his face. Angle on Burai's dead body. Ackle Damon, voiceover, hatred shall rule. Damon opens a window on the right wall and dumps out it. EXT Rinnebeck First National Hospital rooftop day. Damon lands on the rooftop. Damon, what the hell? Play a soundless version of the scene where George stabs Damon right in the chest. Damon opens his hospital robe and notices that there is no scar where George stabbed him. Show Damon through a pair of binoculars. EXT Rinnebeck rooftop day. Jeff is standing on a rooftop. Jeff pulls out his mobile phone. Jeff into his mobile phone, yet that's him. Jeff pauses for a few seconds. Jeff into his mobile phone, oh, I think we'll be meeting sometime soon. Damon looks up. Angle on the open hospital window. Damon, okay, let's see if I can do this. Damon walks backwards and runs forward. Damon jumps directly into the air. EXT Rinnebeck First National Hospital rooftop day. Damon climbs into the room through the window. Damon, I did it. Damon looks down and sees Burai's dead body. Angle on Damon's face. Damon has a horrified look on his face. Angle on Burai's dead body. Damon thinking, okay, I really should find a way to break the news of what just happened to Kota. Damon looks around the hospital room and sees a drawer. Damon walks over Burai's dead body and over to the drawer. Damon opens the drawer and looks inside. Show that the drawer has both a pad and pen inside of it. Damon thinking, yes. Damon pulls out the pad and pen and begins to write something down on it. INT Rinnebeck First National Hospital hallway day. Damon walks out wearing his gloves. Damon, Kota. Kota turns around. Kota, Damon. Damon, hey, listen, I've got to get back to work. Kota, isn't wherever you work get destroyed when New York City was? Damon, details don't matter, by the way, Sensei actually has some bad news to break to you. Kota, where is he? Damon, the room that I was staying in. Kota, okay. Damon, well, I got to go. Damon runs off. INT Rinnebeck First National Hospital checkout day. Damon walks up to the hospital checkout. Damon thinking, I hate that I have to do this, but all of my money was vaporized back in New York. Damon pays his hospital bills with Burai's credit card. Angle on Burai's credit card. Secretary sarcastically, so I take it that you're not Burai Izumi. Damon, no, this was loaned to me, but I will return it to him the next time I see him. EXT Rinnebeck First National Hospital hallway day. Damon walks out of the hospital. Damon looks around. Damon thinking, okay, judging by the look of the place, I'm in a farming community. Damon walks forward. Damon thinking, while walking, that could make finding the computer very hard, and that's something that I would need to even find a lead to the whereabouts of the remaining members of Kaiju. Cut to EXTR in a bed right outside a cornfield night. Damon is standing right outside the cornfield. Out nowhere, a bone spike is thrown at Damon. He jumps out of the way, dodging then bone spike. Damon looks forward and sees Jeff standing there. Damon falling into his martial arts stance. Should I assume that you're a member of Kaiju? Jeff, yeah, you got a problem with that? Damon screaming in anger in ways you could only imagine. Damon charges directly at Jeff. Damon throws a punch at Jeff. Jeff is able to dodge Damon's fist, but just by a quarter of an inch, and is sent backwards by the force of the wind made by the force of Damon's punch. Jeff jumps directly backwards into the air. Jeff, I know about your fight with my leaders. Jeff jumps, lands inside of the cornfield. Damon stands there and is about to run directly into the cornfield. Jeff jumps directly into the air out of the cornfield and is holding two bone spikes, one in each hand. Jeff, so I know not to get too close to you. Jeff in air throws the two bone spikes at Damon. Damon quickly jumps out of the way, dodging the two bone spikes. Damon grabs one of the bone spikes, angle on Damon's face. Damon thinking, bring it on, you bastard. Jeff lands on the ground and creates two more bone spikes and throws them at Damon. Damon uses the bone spike that he had picked up to deflect the ones that were thrown at him. Jeff, it looks like we're evenly matched. Damon, livid, I agree, you little bitch. Jeff creates two more bone spikes and throws them at Damon. Damon uses the bone spike that he had picked up to deflect the ones that were thrown at him once again. Damon quickly looks back and thinks something is back there, but then quickly looks forward at Jeff. Jeff creates two more bone spikes and throws them at Damon the third time. Damon uses the bone spike that he had picked up to deflect the ones that were thrown at him once a third time. Damon thinking, I know that whatever's behind me could help me. Damon thinking and livid, but how am I supposed to look back long enough with this idiot throwing spikes at me? The bone spike in Damon's hand begins to glow green. Jeff surprised, what the hell? Angle on Damon's face. A grim smirk comes across over Damon's face. Damon throws the glowing green bone spike at Jeff. Damon turns around and sees a truck. Damon thinking, I can definitely use this. Jeff dives to the left, dodging the glowing green bone spike, but only by a quarter of an inch. Jeff surprised, holy fuck. Jeff creates two more bone spikes and throws them at Damon one final time. Damon dives to the left, dodging the bone spikes. Damon jumps backwards and crawls underneath the truck. Jeff walks forwardwards the truck. Jeff to Damon, while walking forward, you know, all you're doing is making it easier for me to impale you. Damon lifts the truck over his head. A scared look comes over Jeff's face. Angle on Jeff's face. Jeff scared, no way. Damon slams the truck on top of Jeff, either knocking him out or killing him. Damon jumps on top of the truck. Damon rams his arm through the truck and pulls Jeff out from underneath the truck. Damon lifts Jeff up. Damon thinking and livid, one less member of Kaiju. Damon punches Jeff right in the face hard enough to crush his skull, killing him. Damon walks off. EXT in a backstreets night. Kota flies down. Kota Damon. Damon throws Jeff's dead body to the ground. Damon, did you get the note that I left you? Kota, yet, and I don't blame you for Sensei's death. Damon, thanks. I don't know about you, but I need money, and right before I killed this jerk I came up with a way to make a lot of it, but I have to do it right now, so I guess this goodbye, kid. Kota, wait, take me with you. Damon pauses. Damon shrugging his arms, I don't see why not. Cut to EXT moving train roof night. Damon and Kota land on the roof the moving train. Damon and Kota are holding ski masks. Kota, Damon? Damon, yeah. Kota, are you going to attend Sensei's funeral? Show an image of Aku Damon standing in a destroyed New York City from Damon's nightmare. Aku Damon vibed over to Damon, hatred shall rule. Damon, no. That whole incident has put me in a bad place, and looking at his dead body a second time was nearly impossible for me. Kota, disappointed, okay. Damon and Kota pause. Damon, so why did you want to come with me? Kota, well, my parents were back in New York when it was blown up, and they were very close to Sensei. In fact, he was my legal guardian. Damon, so should I assume that you're lonely and would like to get one last night of male bonding before ending up in an orphanage? Kota, oh, not by a long shot. I came with you to tell you that Sensei left you everything in his will, including me. Damon smirks. Damon, well, that's a surprise. Kota smirks. Kota, well, you were his greatest student. Damon and Kota pause. Damon, wait, that reminds me, why weren't the two of you in New York when I was off picking a fight? Kota, we were at a junior martial arts tournament in Vermont that I won my tie at, and right after celebrating we found out what happened to New York. So yeah, I'm an orphan because of that event. Kota, nervous, W, which I don't blame you for. Damon, it wasn't my fault, it was the man who ran Kaiju who activated that nuclear explosion contingency plan. Damon points northwest at the building. Damon, right there, let's go. Damon and Kota put on the ski masks. Int. Arena, night. The Berserk Rhino has his opponent pinned down. Announcer into the microphone, 8, 9, 10, and the Berserk Rhino wins yet again. Angle on the door. Announcer's voice, is there anyone who thinks that they can take on the IWW champ? Damon kicks the door open. Damon and Kota enter. Damon screaming, right here. Damon and Kota walk down the staircase and walk up to the ring. Damon, but not in the way that you think. I have something a little bit different to propose. Announcer into the microphone, really, what is it? The IWW announcer holds the microphone up to Damon's face. Announcer, please tell us what it is. Damon into the microphone, I assume that you can move your cameras outside, so what is my proposal? Damon points at the open door. Damon into the microphone, out there, me against, not the blockhead in the ring, against every member of the IWW that you can throw at me, and if I win I take all the prize money. Berserk Rhino screaming and trying to sound angry, what's the matter, little man, scared of getting pinned down? Damon into the microphone, that won't happening, because this is not one of your gay little sporting events, this is a real fight, so the real question is, are any one cowardly IWW bosses afraid of a real fight? The Berserk Rhino grabs the microphone. Berserk Rhino screaming into the microphone. Fine, in the name of the IWW I will fight and destroy you on your terms. I don't need help from anyone else in the IWW, because I'm the goddamn IWW champ. Damion, fine then. EXT Arena City Streets 10 minutes later night. Damion and the Berserk Rhino are about their fight. The Berserk Rhino, 5 different wrestlers standing right behind him. Kota, please try not to kill any of them. Damion, don't worry, just keep the referee safe. Angoulum, the announcer. Damion's voice, if he gets hurt we might not get any money. Kota's voice, gotcha. Announcer into the microphone, a champ has accepted our mystery challenger's challenge with the odds stacked against him. If the man in the ski mask wins, this will be the final match and a free-for-all. Berserk Rhino screaming and trying to sound angry, you've stalled long enough, now I'm going to break you in half. Damion, bring it on, Flatfoot. The Berserk Rhino charges directly at Damion. Damion jumps into the air and kicks the Berserk Rhino in the back midair. Damion lands on the streets. The Berserk Rhino falls down to the city streets unconscious. Announcer into the microphone, holy crap. It looks like this unknown man wearing a ski mask has knocked out the champ in one hit. Damion glares at the IWW announcer. Damion, start the countdown. Announcer, into the microphone, you got it, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Angoulum, the Berserk Rhino. Announcer's voice, 5, 4, 3, 2. Angoulum, the announcer. Announcer into the microphone, 1, ladies and gentlemen, the unknown challenger has defeated the champ, and with one hit no less. Damion walks forward and faces the other 5 wrestlers. Damion, I just beat your champion with one blow, but since he dragged you into this fight I can't get the money. If I don't beat you 5, but I will give you one chance to get out of this unharmed. Angoulum, Damion's mouth. Damion, run. The other wrestlers flinch. Damion, last chance, admit defeat or I'm going to kick your asses. Announcer into the microphone, I can't believe this, 5 different wrestlers who are elites of the international world of wrestling are scared of one man, even this is a free-for-all. Logan, scared. Well, I guess we don't have a choice, Burrow. The other wrestlers charge at Damion with Logan in the lead. Logan, I'm gonna pin you, Burrow. Logan tries to tackle Damion and Damion knees him in the chin, knocking him out. Logan's unconscious body hits the streets. Announcer's voice, Logan Quinn has been knocked with only a knee to the chin. Michael and Paul try to tag team Damion. Damion punches at Paul. Michael charges towards Damion. Damion punches Michael right in the nose, both breaking his nose and knocking him out. Announcer's voice, both Jake Watson and Michael Martin have been taken out in 2 blows with one hit for Jake and the other for Michael. Emma hides right behind Walt, who is cowering like a mouse. Damion charges towards Walt and Emma. Damion jumps into the air. Walt is cowering like a mouse as Emma runs away. Damion drop kicks Walt, knocking him out. Announcer's voice, wow, this mysterious challenger just knocked out Walt the Blood Rat Larson out with only one IWW member remaining, and if he can knock out Emma Moore he will win the free-for-all. Emma is just standing there scared. Emma looks forward to see Damion standing right in front of her. Emma scared. What are you going to do, beat up a girl? Damion, I'll make it quick. Damion gut punches Emma, knocking her out. Emma falls to the street unconscious. The IWW announcer and Kota walk up to Damion. Announcer into the microphone, and this free-for-all is over with our mysterious challenger coming out as the winner. Damion looks down at Kota. Damion to Kota, now let's go get our money. Cut to enter in a back apartment night. Damion and Kota enter. Damion, well, we now have lots of money and a base. Kota, awesome. Angle of Damion. Damion, and tomorrow our hunt for the remaining members of Kaiju is gonna begin.